Yeah, my name is Quaynor. I'm the chairman of the Board of Governors of the National Information Technology Agency in Ghana. I'm also the chairman of Ghana.com, which is a registrar, an accredited registrar of ICANN. And I'm also a university professor of computer science at the University of Cape Coast.
Okay, why are domain names important to Africa?
Domain names are the principal repositories of content. And since the internet access challenges are being reduced, the next phase is the development of content and the making that readily available to the larger community. And therefore, domain name industry is the next phase that needs to be developed in Africa.
How has Africa fared in the last 10 years?
Africa has done very well in the last 10 years by, in some sense, domesticating access or making connectivity challenges eliminated. However, we have not fully adopted the internet in the sense of building an industry around it. In other words, all we've got is the ISP part. We have not got the content development side going, nor have we got the content delivery side going. We have not developed our e-commerce, we have not developed our research networks, we have not reformed our educational academic curriculums, we have not done our open data, we have not solved our emergency response organizations with respect to security. So there's still a lot of work to be done, but we have made some inroads on the basic infrastructure side, and that enables the next layers to become a realistic effort.
And what challenges does Africa face?
I think much of Africa's challenges are in education, in skill sets, or loosely described as capacity to improve processes and so forth. In my opinion, those are the basic challenges. And the next important challenge I see is in the policy reform area to give internet its own place, as opposed to continuously attempting to put internet as part of telecommunications, which to me is principally transmission. But internet has its own separate place in society, and as we are beginning to adopt it more and depend on it, we need to start to manage it independently of anything else.
And then what is the role of the media in the domain names industry?
Well, media is an important part of the content. Media produces a lot of content, and therefore every media person should have several domains, and every media person has access to it, various tools that they can use to develop their content, and so they are drivers to an extent of that new industry. Of course, there are other things that they don't have to do. They don't need to be e-commerce experts, they don't need to be registrars, but since they are major end users that create traffic, they have an important role to play.
What stories are coming out of Africa on domain names? What stories is the media not writing?
Well, the media needs to understand that through the new ICANN vice president, there is a clear strategy, a good business plan and case to be made, and perhaps that aspect has not been properly covered within the overall media. But I think we have a good strategy, and we've started to implement the strategy, and in a few years we'll see a difference.
So what is the story right now? What is the big story in domain names?
Well, I think the big story is that we are getting ready to make the translation of these names much more secure, making it impossible for people to lie about what a translation is. And we need to really pay attention to making the internet a safe place to do everything.